his stage of his career, he's just looking for the biggest fight possible, and that's it, man. That's the only big fight that he still has access to.
It is time, ladies and gentlemen, for Boxing Scene's top stories only on ProBox TV, your boxing channel. I am George DeMatteis. Quick reminder to download the ProBox TV app, where apps are available for the best content when it comes to the sweet science on ProBox TV and the ProBox TV app. And part of the beauty of ProBox TV is that on November 1st, we'll be live from Belfast, Northern Ireland for our first card in Europe. It is going to be a fabulous card full of fantastic fights, and looking forward to the action in Belfast, Northern Ireland, where our champions are currently located as they're getting ready to be ringside for that November 1st fight card. We have with us the world champions. We have Chris Algieri and Paulie Malignaggi joining us here on Top Stories. Well, the IBF has given their heavyweight champion, Daniel Dubois, permission to make a voluntary title defense after promoter Eddie Hearn has said that Anthony Joshua wants to wait for the outcome of the December 21st rematch between Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson Fury before committing to another bout. Now, according to promoter Frank Warren, Dubois wants to fight again in February, with the frontrunner being the 12th ranked heavyweight in the IBF rankings, Fabio Wardley, with Saudi Arabia planning a February 22nd show that would accommodate this bout. Paulie, does it bother you that Joshua, after getting knocked out by Dubois a couple of weeks ago, looks like he's in the front of the line to get the winner of Usyk and Fury?
I don't think he's in the front of the line. I think this is clickbait. I do think he could get the loser if Fury loses again, though. You know, I think that then creates a dynamic where both guys are sort of fading, and it would have been a big British fight anyway, so why not make it, and then the winner can sort of stay alive for a little while longer. I do not think the winner of the fight fights AJ. I don't know who came up with that one, but I don't think that's realistic. But like I said, I think there's a realistic possibility. If Tyson Fury is the loser of the rematch, that means you wouldn't have a third fight because Usyk will have been 2-0 against him. Usyk also will have been 2-0 against Joshua, so that would eliminate that. So it really suddenly puts Joshua and Fury sort of on the same level in terms of fading former heavyweight champions who have big British profiles and still obviously big profiles at a world level as well. Even if they'd be fading, their name reputations would still hold court, so to speak. So I think that in terms of having this conversation, we've got to know how to position it. And I think if you position it right, it is the fact that Joshua is in a good position to fight the loser if the loser is Tyson Fury. I don't see how Usyk would fight either guy again, having beaten both of them 2 times in a row. So, and nor do I know how in the world you'd have the goal to sell that to anybody, nor do I think anybody would care to buy it. But Fury Joshua, and now you're starting to, make things interesting. There's because they'd be at sort of a similar points in their careers, and it's a fight that people have always wanted. Let's not forget, that we almost had AJ Wilder at a faded point in their careers, and then Wilder just faded too much. But with Fury, you would be sort of at the right place if he loses again to Usyk, because you don't, and that's to say if he loses, because, Fury could still, this is in a position where I think a lot of people are wondering who could win the rematch. It's that close it's that closely contested. But I think if Fury loses it, you probably can make Fury Joshua. And I actually wouldn't be shocked if it does get made.
Yeah, Chris, what do you make of this situation here with Anthony Joshua maybe kind of skipping the line there to fight either Fury or Usyk?
Well, listen, I don't think it comes down to Joshua getting the winner. It comes down to Joshua getting Tyson Fury. And Champ, I disagree. I think it happens no matter what. Tyson wins. I think he bypasses the rubber match and goes right to Joshua. If Tyson loses, he goes right to Joshua. There's just too much money on the table. It's a fight that's been talked about for too long. And I think when it comes to Anthony Joshua at his stage of his career, he's just looking for the biggest fight possible, and that's it, man. That's the only big fight that he still has access to. So I think it's going to be Fury no matter what. The fight has been talked about for so long. We missed out on the Wilder Joshua fight, which, as you said, Wilder got overcooked and wasn't able to get to the position to fight Joshua anymore. But Tyson's right there, and it's getting to the point where, I mean, another loss from Joshua and he's going to be overcooked, and no one's going to care to see him against Tyson
You
Fury
need
or anyone else.
You need those steaks medium rare. You overcook it, it's no good.
Yeah, it's no good. Defeats its own purpose. So we don't want these guys. I mean, Eddie is not going to try and let that fight go away. There's so much money to be made. It's a huge, huge fight, not only domestically but globally, because Tyson and Anthony and AJ are both massive, massive stars. And listen, I think regardless, the fight happens. I think whether Tyson wins or loses, I think he bypasses the rubber match, or he just comes off a loss and fights Joshua. Then they'll both be coming off a loss. So regardless, I think it happens.
So let's talk a little bit about Daniel Dubois here. He's the IBF champion there. Why do you think the IBF, Chris, is not pushing Dubois? Let's say he gets past Wardley, if that fight takes place. They're not maybe pushing, or it doesn't appear that they're pushing Dubois to fight the winner of Fury Usyk to make another undisputed champion.
Well, it comes down to profile, and we see this time and time again. We live in a two-tiered system in boxing. Certain people can do certain things and certain people can't. The Anthony Joshuas of the world, the Canelo Alvarez's of the world, the Tyson Furies of the world, they can do certain things that other fighters can't. And Dubois, unfortunately, even though he's the champion, even though he just knocked out AJ, he's not on that upper tier where he can decide where and what he wants to do. He's the champion. He deserves a big payday. I truly hope that he gets what he deserves for the tremendous performances that he put on his last couple fights. He really turned my whole thought process about what he was and what he could be around. And I think he did that for a lot of people. And he put on some great performances. And not for nothing, he's very exciting as well. So I really hope that he doesn't become the odd man out. But he has a title, so I don't think he's going to be. But he may not make the big money fights that are available just because of the profile differences between him and Joshua.
Champ, I'll tell you what though, if Fury loses and then they make the Joshua fight with Fury and Joshua, you gotta, you're in a position where Usyk and Dubois can be realistic.
Rematch,
yeah, because there's a little bit of controversy with that first fight. Now you can still make AJ and Fury, and it's not really an egg on anybody's face because they're both coming off losses. And now Usyk and Dubois becomes even more interesting because now Usyk is the winner. Dubois has just knocked out Joshua. Of course, that's if Dubois gets through Wardley, because right now the heavyweight division is all kinds of topsy-turvy results, right? Wardley's dangerous himself. But, it's interesting. It's interesting to say the least.
Yeah, Wardley coming off a knockout victory over Frazier Clark just a couple of weeks ago. So he's putting himself into the mix there for the IBF belt there. And remember, the IBF stripped Usyk of their belt after Usyk beat Tyson Fury to become undisputed. So the heavyweight division is all kinds of insanity right now. But that makes it very interesting. And of course, any other developments with the heavyweight division, we will have them here on Top Stories.
Let's get Bacoli involved.
Yeah, Martin Bacoli coming off that big victory over Jared Anderson. Yeah, a lot of great fighters for sure in the heavyweight division. A lot of great tantalizing matchups as well. And what else is very tantalizing? If you download the app, the ProBox TV app, scan the QR code, like and subscribe and comment on our YouTube channel as well. Looking forward in a couple of days' time to that November 1st fight card, the European debut of ProBox TV, as they are in Belfast, Northern Ireland. The champs alongside Jimmy Smith will be ringside to call the fights, including the main event with Pedro McCrory going up against Leonard Carrillo. You can see it on ProBox TV YouTube and live on the app as well. I'm George DeMatteis. This is Boxing Scene's Top Stories.
November 1st, ProBox TV makes its European debut in collaboration with Conlan Boxing. This stacked card starts with hometown fighter Padraig the Hammer McCrory returning to the ring to take on the hard-hitting Colombian Leonard Carrillo. And in the co-main, the UK's Robbie Davies Jr. clashes with former two-weight world champ Javier Fortuna of the Dominican Republic. Live from the SSE Arena in Belfast, Northern Ireland.
For more ProBox TV, scan the QR code on the screen or go to the App Store and Google Play. ProBox TV, your boxing channel.